Good afternoon. Injury report and game designation. Tevin Jenkins is questionable. We have until 4 p.m. tomorrow to make that decision to activate him or not. So that's that. Then the roster moves. Obviously, we signed Deron Harmon to the active roster and Christian Matthew to the practice squad as well. Our honorary captain this week is T.J. Edwards. So we're just named him right there on the field there. So guys are pumped about that. And then the focus of the week, so this week is in these short weeks, you really have to do a good job of really a couple things. And what I talked to the guys about was really about focusing on it's a mental approach to this. And that's the first thing you got to do. And your mental approach to it is that we're going to have a ton of walkthroughs, right? So we're going to have a lot of walkthrough reps. We're going to have meetings. You have to be detailed in those walkthroughs, and you can get a lot done, And if you remember from a couple years ago, in 2020, that's all we did, right? There's a lot of extra walkthroughs during that time, and you can get great execution based on that because you can really pay attention to detail. You can do a great job with the the offensive line with the blocks and slowing it down, and that was good. And then today we did that for the last 2 days. And today we got out there and did some speed work in the gold zone and the red zone. I thought that was really good, getting guys out there moving around. And then really getting the body right, So the body right is really good. They've done a nice job of getting themselves ready. We got a lot of time before the game still. So we got the plane ride. The guys are going to study on there. We got the whole day tomorrow. We'll get a walkthrough in tomorrow as well. A couple more meetings, and then we'll be ready to go. And so the guys, I thought, had a really good week in terms of their mental prep and getting their bodies right. And we feel really good about where we are with the plans on offense and defense and kicking. With that, I'll open up to questions.
Man, why has Javon Dexter not made as big an impact? I know he's a rookie, but they're expecting some progress. He seems to be playing less now than he was. Why has he not made the impact you thought at the beginning of this year?
Yeah, I think Javon's doing well right now, and I think he is progressing. He had less plays last week. We had less plays. We played better on defense, better on offense. He did better there. We had less plays overall on defense. But I do think that Javon is doing a better job. And we have to put him in position, right, to rush the passer a little bit more. You're going to see him more on rush downs, which I think is exciting. And again, he's a force in there. He can really dent that pocket inside.
And how about Pickins? The retrofitting of him was not as elaborate, I think, as with Javon. So I think a lot of people thought he would make a more immediate impact because he was just more ready. Why is that not quite panned out? And where is he?
Yeah, I think he's still like all the rookies in that developmental stage. And when you deal with rookies, a lot of times they'll take a jump, right, and then they'll plateau and they'll take a jump and then they might take a notch down. That happens all the time. If it's the 2 rookie corners we're playing with, those 2 rookie tackles, it's going to happen. And it's just learning experience for those guys. And eventually, if they learn and keep processing what they learned from the game, they're going to get better and better and better, like we saw last year with Gordon and those guys.
Have you seen enough from Tevin, just even in walkthroughs this week, or do you feel like you'll need maybe some contact in practice with him in pads at least one day to know whether you're ready and comfortable?
Yeah, he's. We'll see where he is tomorrow, and obviously when he's in that situation, we'll work him out and we'll see where he is, and then we'll go from there.
You guys have used ramp ups for guys who have missed a lot of time. Is there anything special about Tevin's rehab or anything that could allow him to get on the field faster without that ramp up?
Nothing special. Nothing special there. He's a heck of an athlete, and he healed really well, which is really good and fast, So that's all I can say at this time for that.
Juan Brisker popped up on the injury report today.
Yeah.
Did that happen in practice today?
Yeah, we just have to put it on the sheet, And what happened was he tweaked his hamstring in practice, and we'll see where it is. Right now, he was limited in practice, and he's questionable for the game.
Matt, what went into the decision to sign Haron Carter, and what do you like about what he brings to that group?
Just experience. Experience. He has experience in a lot of systems. We like the man. He's a really good football player, but he's also a really good person. So we feel good where that is. I think he can bring some stability in the safety room.
If Brisker can't go, does his experience make him able to slide in there if needed, or would you guys think you would lean on a guy like A.J. Thomas going up off the practice field?
Yeah, we'll decide that as we go, but both options are there. Both options are there. Obviously he just got here, Harmon got here, so we'll see where it goes in terms of his mental prep, but we've been working on that the last couple of days here, so we'll see where it is.
I mean, it's kind of an obvious question, but you guys How important is it to win this game, to not be looking at the mini bye at 0-5?
Yeah, it's important, right? All of them are important. So we're putting everything into this, all of our energy, all of our passion into it, because it takes all that. It takes all of our focus to get this done, and the guys are wired in. And we just when I named TJ the captain out there, had a really good talk with the team about, hey, let's go get this thing done, and it's going to get done with determination. And there's going to be adversity in the game, he said, and he said we got to get this done, and we got to do it together. So the complementary football piece is going to be a big part of it. That's how you win football games.
Did TJ ever give a pretty inspired?
Yeah, he was great. He was great in there.
Matt, are you aware of the heat that's on you right now and the outside noise about your job security and things like that at a time like this?
In this business, I've been doing this 32 years, right? So I understand the business, but I understand that to do it right, you got to focus on your job, and you got to focus right here, right now. So you can think about a lot of different things that's going to do nobody good, and you focus on your job where your feet are right now, and that's my full sole focus is on Washington.
Did you brace yourself, Matt, at all, just with how many new players you had, that the season could start slow and that you might have to navigate your way through basically what's happening?
Yeah, I think I've stated it many times that we have a bunch of new guys here, and bringing them together is a big piece of it, and we're in the process of that. And I certainly feel that we took a big step in the right direction last week, and we got to take another big step this week. And we're working hard on the details, we're working hard with the units, working hard with the position groups, and all those things. But it's important that we keep bringing them together and take a step this week.
Have you gotten assurances from higher ups, ownerships, at presidential level, that they see where this team is going and that they buy into this?
Yeah, I feel the support. I haven't talked to anybody about any of those things. I feel the support, and we're just focused on Washington.
We talked the last couple of days with players just about how they've managed all the off the field distractions.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like you guys as a coaching staff have handled it, and how do you feel like you?
Good. It's part of the business, right? It's part of the business, and we just focus on the job at hand, focus on the walkthroughs and the practice, and that's how we've been. And coming up with solutions, finding better ways to put guys in position, and that's what we're doing.
Now, throughout these 2 years, you've been fairly confident in the process and the buildup that you guys were working through. Without the results so far, how have you personally handled the struggles and not getting the results that you've been seeking?
Just be more determined, more focused, more determined, making sure that we're focused and we're laser-like in terms of our preparation, and that's all I know. That's all you can do. You can do it one practice at a time, one rep at a time, and it'll crack. And that's in our preparation, that's in our focus, and that's in our determination.
What's been the biggest challenge for you, Matt, as far as just stepping into this role and being the spotlight on you every week? Like, if you kind of look at that part of
The biggest,
the biggest challenge. What's been the biggest challenge of just being the front man every week?
I don't see it as a challenge. I see it as really being a servant leader. You're here to help everybody else, and I think that's an important part of this job. To be able to guide and direct, and we're in the process of that. And again, like last week I said, we did a nice job of that. We stepped in the right direction, and we're looking to step in the next direction here, coming with Washington.
What's the biggest challenge that Washington poses to you guys?
Yeah, I would say their front four for our offense is probably one of the biggest challenges. Really good, and they got a couple good receivers that are really skilled. Those guys are really good players, and they pose the biggest challenge for us.
Thank you.